Welcome to the worst with Chad Austin. Last time I did a solo episode, it was because I had a guest cancel on me within an hour of recording time. This time I just said, fuck it. This time I just said, you know what? I got a few things that I want to talk about. I'm just going to show up at the studio early in the morning. I'm sure the engineer hates me for this because he doesn't want to be awake either. But I have friends that don't wake up until 1 p.m. I have people in their 30s who still live like that as friends. And I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do this by myself because I have a few things I want to talk about, and I don't really need to care right now. I don't really need to care right now if I'm entertaining them or if I'm asking them questions or making them feel a part of this, because you know what? At the end of the day, it's my fucking show. It's my fucking show, and I'm going to do what I want. And what I want to do right now is become what I'm calling the ranting queen. Because I was listening to ABBA last night at work, and it was the dancing queen, and I am the ranting queen, 35, and how am I still alive? Okay, so the first thing that I need to bring up is the mask is back. And it's one of those topics that, most people don't really want to touch on because they have friends that are sensitive about it and this, that, and the other. And, somebody died and that. Okay, so here's what I want to get into. The new mask regulation in LA is fucking stupid. And it's fucking stupid for a couple reasons. One being that when you work in a busy restaurant that's always packed, and then somebody has to wear a mask into the doors to sit down, but then they can sit down in a restaurant that doesn't have any social distancing, and you are just crammed in to full capacity next to a bunch of fucking mouth breathers. How is it different? How does it change anything? How does it help to have to wear it to walk to the bathroom? On that walk to the bathroom or the walk to the door, you're actually around less people. But no, put the mask on, make all the employees put the mask on, everybody with a vaccination put the mask on while you're walking around. But sit next to 30 strangers while you're eating, and that's fine. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense that one thing came back, the mask, and the social distancing didn't. Because, I think that's logical. And you know what? I was doing a little reading, and this is not like me, because normally I don't research the topics I talk about. I just like to go loosey-goosey and from the hip. But I figured this one just deserved a little bit of research. So basically, all of the people that this Delta, and you know what, I don't even want to call it the Delta variant. I'm going to call it the Spirit variant, because if we're talking about the worst, it just reminds me of airlines. And if we're talking about the worst airline, the one that's just going to fuck you over, it's Spirit. So the Spirit variant is just killing people. And the people that it's killing or people that's making really sick are all unvaccinated. Now, I've made a statement a while ago that lost me a ton of followers on social media that was like, hey, if you don't want to be vaccinated, I don't care. And you know what? And I still stand by that. Like, if you don't want to be vaccinated, I don't care. That is your choice. I'm not going to be one of these people that tells you to go get a vaccination all the time. I'm not going to be one of these people that actually pretends that they care. Take care of yourself however you feel necessary. Just do that. That's fine. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. But here's the thing. We shouldn't shut down everything again because you didn't get vaccinated. You know what? If you made this choice and you die, I'm just going to say it's on you. I don't feel any sympathy. I am fully for you doing whatever the fuck you want, but also I'm fully for whatever the fuck happens after that. Yeah, dude. I'm like, oh, what if your grandma ends up in the hospital? Nah, dude. Don't care. Your grandma lived a long enough life. I mean, if you're my age, that means your grandma, the bitch saw so much in her life. She does, if it happens, it happens. Yeah, sure, dude. You'll be sad for a few days. Grandma's dead. But then you'll be like, you know what? She was 80. How much fun was her life to begin with at this point? Already went through all the good stuff. So I just think, and I don't even know, like, at the end of the day, I don't even know why I felt the need to just do a little rant about this, because, like, at the end of the day, like, my opinion on this doesn't fucking matter. I'm still stuck wearing a mask for 12 hours a day at work. And, I just had to say something, because it's just frustrating that we, as a society, is just like, oh, okay, well, yeah, like, we had a good couple weeks, and yeah, I guess we're just back to this now. It's the new normal, hashtag the new normal. No, fuck, dude. The new normal should just be like, hey, live your life now. We fucking, here's the thing. If you have the vaccination, from everything that I've read, all of my research, which was like reading a New York Times article or whatever, if you have the fucking vaccination, you get mild symptoms, like you have a cold or a flu. So, isn't that the same thing as getting a cold? So if you have a vaccination, like COVID now is just like a new branch form variant of the flu, right? Or the cold, whatever it may be. Yeah, you feel a little down for a few days, and then life turns back up. Everyone needs to stop being such little bitches about this, really. If you really care this much and you're not vaccinated, then go fucking do it. Other than that, shut the fuck up and stay inside your house so the rest of us can live our lives. All right, so that's really all I wanted to say on that. All right, the podcast, no, it's not. All right, and okay, so now the next thing I want to talk about is last week I went to this restaurant in LA, this hip, trendy vegan restaurant called Crossroads Kitchen. Now, occasionally I like to go do things for, I don't mind vegan food. My wife really likes it. So, I got the reservation. I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to take my wife out to dinner. I fucking hate this place. And there's some really dope, like, vegetarian, like, vegan, whatever restaurants. Like, they make some good food, good atmosphere. But this place, Crossroads Kitchen, or I don't know if it's just called Crossroads, whatever. Maybe I'm just adding in the kitchen part. But I think it's the place that, like, Travis Barker from Blink-182 has, like, part ownership in or something. Hey, Travis, go fuck yourself. If this is how you want a restaurant ran, go fuck yourself to the moon. You and that Kardashian bitch can go blow each other on the other side of the country and close down this restaurant and open it wherever the fuck you need to live, because I don't want you here anymore, because this place is garbage. This place... All right, let me give you a rundown of exactly how it happened. I made a reservation for 7 p.m. We walked up, and it was probably like 6:55. Got there on time. And we walk up to the hostess stand, and there's this young girl there. And if I'm standing just like this, she's in front of me, but she's facing the side. So when we walk up to the host stand, she is talking to somebody facing sideways. So she's still out of a corner of her eye, she can see us walk up. And she's talking to, like, a busboy about, like, COVID regulations or some shit. Now, all she had to do was look over and say, hey, guys, 1 minute. I'll be right with you. What she did was she looked over, stared at us for a second, and then turned back to the kid and continued talking. And she continued talking until she was completely done with what she had to say, without any acknowledgement of us other than staring at us like, hey, I know you're here, but you're not good enough. I just don't think that you're worth my acknowledgement. Like, so already I'm fucking heated. Already I'm mad. I'm just thinking, I'm about to pay, like, probably over $100 for fucking vegetables. And this is how you get treated. So We go and we sit down. Server comes up. And, I mean, it's just like we have the menu in our hands for like 30 seconds. And he just walks up. And he doesn't. I don't even think he gave us his name. He just walks up and he goes, "Ready to order?" And I was just like, what? Nah, man. Like, well, maybe a drink. I was like, I'll just take some water. She'll take a rosé. Give it, like, at least give us until you bring those back. Like, take a little bit of the pressure off me, guy. I'm reading over your fucking lentils and tempehs and fucking tofu furky bullshit right now. I need a minute. So the menu's broken down into like sides, appetizer. Well, no, it's like mains. Sorry, no. Proteins, vegetables, which all the proteins are vegetables there. Proteins, vegetables, pastas, appetizers, and the salads. I believe that's and desserts. So I don't know any better because our server didn't tell us anything. The hostess sure as hell didn't tell us anything. But so my wife and I, we each order something. She orders something off the vegetable section. I order something off the protein section. And I mean, for like, usually when you go to like a finer dining place, which they are really trying to be with the tablecloths and the candles and all, you know, just the way that it's all set up in there, it looks completely different than I thought it was going to look. You know, when I think of like a vegan place, I always think of like it's going to have like some painting of a dude with like the third eye shit and, you know, that like, you know, somebody, you know, walking in with a yoga mat under their arm or some shit. I don't know. But it was actually like a fine dining establishment the way that it looked inside. And so the guy brings us out our plates, and they come out on like these boat type plates where it looks like it was meant to be a shared plate. And so, I mean, if we would have known that, there would have been obviously, and then after seeing how the plate was served, and then remembering the way their menu was broken down, I was like, oh, you're probably supposed to order something from the salad area. And something from the vegetable area, and something from the protein area, and maybe even a pasta, and then you're supposed to like share these things. For a shared plate, it was the tiniest thing I've ever seen. And then, you know, like $25 for like 3 pieces of piccata tempeh. And I don't even know what the fuck tempeh is. Never looked it up. I don't know what the fuck it is, but, you know, it was tasty. I'm not gonna lie, their food was okay. But it was just like the way, I mean, it was just like the arrogance of like, we're a cool place in LA and you're just going to come here no matter how we treat you. No, suck a dick. I will never come back to this place. You can just deal with I mean, the people that were surrounding me. I mean, just like some of the most uptight looking. And also, this also made me think of something. Have you ever noticed that sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between a tweaker on the street and like a rich vegan? Like, I mean, and I'm dead serious. Like because in LA right now, a lot of the rich people wear clothes with like more holes in it than some of the homeless. It's like, you know, there's like a couple like, and it's always like strategically placed. There's like a couple holes on the collar line, and then maybe like one on the side down at the bottom, and like maybe like a little tear in the sleeve of the shirt, and the shirt, and like it's like this off-white shirt that looks dirty. It's like hobo chic. And then, you know, they've been vegan for like they've been like level 7 vegan for like 20 years, so like their eyes are all sunken in, and like you could see their cheekbones. But, you know, this is to them, this is the best they've ever looked. But then you walk out of a 7-Eleven and there's a guy standing 2 feet to the left of you with his dick in his hand asking for change, and he looks exactly the same. I don't understand. So, I mean, it's just, I mean, it was fucking wild. I really just, and the crazy thing is too, is like, they paid like $285 for that shirt. And I feel like you can't put it in a wash machine because like if it goes on spin cycle, it's going to tear even more. And then your holes aren't strategically placed. And then you have to, and so maybe they just wear it once and they spend another 200. I don't know. I'm not rich. So, I mean, in closing with that, fuck you, Crossroads Kitchen. You're a bitch. I hate you. die. I really want like the health department to find out that, you know, you have roaches or some shit. You know, just something horrible to happen to you. Okay. Next thing on the menu is a couple of weeks ago, I went to a wedding. I went to a wedding of two very dear friends of mine, and I mean, I might get in trouble with them for talking about this, but you know what? It deserves being talked about because I've never seen somebody shut down the mood of a wedding so fast as the maid of honor did with her speech. So, these people are wonderful people. I love them to death. The kid's like my brother. He found himself his dream girl. I'm so happy for them. Congratulations to you two. But we get to the part where, you know, we're all sitting down for the reception, and a little bit of food starts to get served, and then there's like, okay, let's bring up the best man for his speech. And my little homie, who was the best man, absolutely crushed it. Like, he had all of the talking points that you need for a heartfelt speech. You know, he brought up how they grew up together, you know, known each other for 15 years. They've been best friends to the point of being brothers. Their parents called them each other's sons, and, you know, like, you know, it is really family. You know, they know each other inside and out. They're like, not like that, but they know each other inside and out, and they're like, they're just homies till the end. And, you know, a whole heartfelt speech about how when homeboy like had his first date with the girl that he married that day, he called up his homie and was just like, you know, like, I don't know if it's too early to feel like this is love, and blah blah blah. And they were talking about it, and follow your dreams and your heart, and it was all emotional, and it was fantastic, and it was fucking great, and he crushed it. He nailed it. Then maid of honor walks up. Maid of honor spends a good, I want to say 7 minutes, maybe 10, talking about herself. Talking about herself in the guise of like a friendship. It was fucking weird. So basically it was just like, hi, we're at cosmetology school, and you're really nice to me, and you always told me I was pretty. And then remember how you used to let me sleep on your couch when I was drunk? And we used to go to Vegas, and you always buy me the best presents. Like, seriously, that was it. Like, she was just talking about what this girl did. Like, it was no emotional attachment. There was no, like, comic relief. There was nothing. Like, I mean, and I was looking around, like, at this wedding of probably, like, 80 to 100 people. And as she's talking, I'm looking around this tent that we're in outside in this beautiful backdrop, and everyone is just kind of like, the eyes are just wandering. Like, fuck, dude. Like, if I make eye contact with this girl, I'm going to start laughing. My wife was cracking up. I had to, like, pinch her to make her stop because, like, I mean, it was dead quiet in there. But everybody's eyes are just wandering, like, trying to make eye contact with some other person. Like, you're fucking hearing this, right? Like, I'm not imagining that this is happening, right? Like, this is maybe the worst. And the thing was too, like, if she would have gone on for like 2 minutes and then just been like, I love you guys, I'm so happy for you, whatever, right? But do you remember how the last Lord of the Rings movie, that you thought it was going to end like 7 different times, and then it like faded to black, and then it popped back up, and you're like, oh shit, it's still going? So this was her speech. Her speech was the fucking Return of the King of speeches. Like, she fucking, like she would stop and do like the little head tilt and be like, I'm so happy for you, and I just love you guys. And then you would think that it would be like, you know, then she would say like, best of luck and best of wishes, and then everyone would. But then she would go into another story about herself. You know, whether it be like their best trips to Vegas, or The one that got me and almost made me laugh out loud was the fact that she said that the bride bought her the best presents. Like, you're the best at giving gifts. Like, bitch, are you serious? Say one nice thing about your friend that doesn't have to do with you. One. Fucking one. Please. It's not what and see this thing, I don't even know who this girl was. Like, so I don't even know her name to put her on blast, but it's not the Maid of Honor show. It was the show for the bride. And you really, like, and I've been to 100 weddings in my years, and I've heard every terrible speech, and most of them are just corny and the same thing over and over again, where somebody, says something and then tries to end it with the joke of, like, may all your ups and downs be in between the sheets, and, like, shit like that. And then everyone, like, giggles because they're like, oh, he's talking about fucking and her parents are right over there. That's so funny. But, and you endure those because those are the things you expect to hear. Like, somebody's going to tell a bad joke. Somebody's going to do something in poor taste. But holy shit. Like, and guys, if you listen to this and you're upset, I'm sorry, but, like, somebody had to say it because literally everybody was talking about it behind her back. Literally everybody. Everybody would be like, sheesh, how about that one, huh? And it was because she was surrounded by, like, bangers. Like the fucking best man killed it. The father of the groom, like, had almost everybody in tears. Like, he would just, he fucking brought the goddamn house down. Like nobody wanted to light that man. Like, they wanted to let him keep going. Like, keep talking, dude. I just want to hear more about your bond with your son and how happy you are for him. And I don't know if it hit me harder because, like, my dad's dead, but, like, I'll be like, hey, yo, like, when my dad was alive, I wish I would have got that speech. But to have her in the middle of it, like, oh God, it was the roughest shit ever. But yeah, dude, if you have a story about a worse speech, please let me know because I think I saw the worst one that ever was created in history. And the fact that she had notes on her phone, like, these are things that she wrote down. Just mind-blowing to me. Whew. Okay. All right, so there's a couple more. Those are my just personal rants, I guess. And then now we're just going to have a little fun with some news. So all the richest men in the world are battling to get to space, right? And I don't care. I just think it's funny how much other people care. Like, everybody, I mean, the memes and all this shit, like, about these guys trying to get to space. It's their money. And yeah, sure, just one of them alone could probably end world hunger, but dude, imagine working your whole life and then just being like, you know what, I want to build a fucking rocket. And I want to go to space. I'm not going to go through any type of, like, years and years of NASA training and shit. Like, I'm going to build a rocket, and I'm going to, probably go through, like, that whole G-force training once or twice, and then I'm just going to hire a dude that knows how to fly my rocket, and now I'm going to be in the co-pilot seat, and I'm going to get fucking sent into space. Like, imagine just being able to do that. Imagine, like, just having just having the wherewithal, just knowing that you have the money to do that. That's kind of dope. It's kind of dope to be able to say, like, I'm an ordinary person who is a businessman who has $200 billion and I'm going to go to space. But see, and also the other thing is, like, people are, I think it was Bezos's rocket that looks like a dick. All rockets look like dicks. All rockets look like dicks. Yes, sure, his had a little bit more of a bulb at the top to make it look like a head, but, like, I mean, if that's the best you got to, like, I mean, he does not give a fuck that you think his rocket looks like a dick. He is doing whatever the hell he wants. While you are ordering fucking pencils and tampons and toilet paper and t-shirts off of Amazon. He is just raking it in and building another dick rocket to just shove it down your throat because he can. And who gives a fuck? Let people do their own thing. I don't know why everyone is so worried about what everyone else does nowadays. Fucking live your own life. You spend so much time just like on the internet like, I can't believe this guy. But what about what you're doing? Focus on you. I would rather see 100 pictures of you in the gym being like, leg day, bro, because at least you're worrying about yourself. Then just another one of my friends just being overly bitchy about everybody else's lives. It's fucking annoying, dude. Live your own shit. And god damn it, I hope that like at least like the COVID thing or me telling you it doesn't matter what Bezos does with his money, I hope that just like gets rid of some of you in my life. Like really though. Because I'm too lazy to go hit the unfollow button, but like if you like holler at me and be like, "Hey, I'm tired of your shit. Like I don't want anything to do with you." Then like great. Because god damn, dude, I'm so like this whole echo chamber that like the because I have like kind of like 2-3 communities, but like the biggest one is the one I've been a part of for 15 years, which is a bar community, and the echo chamber in that community of everybody just being like, I'm woker than you, look at all this stuff that I do. Fuck, dude, I don't care. I hate most of you. Seriously, I do. Okay. But yeah. Dick rockets. All rockets look like dicks. And don't care what other people do with their money. That's about it on that one. All right, so here's another fun story. and I love this story because like I feel like they were right in some way. A couple of mistakes in abstract painting for an interactive exhibit and paints over the artist's work. Now, this is fantastic because like when you go to like MoMA or LACMA or Dogma or whatever the fuck all these modern art museums are, half of the shit in there looks like it was done by a toddler. Like I walked in and I saw there was seriously I remember going to, I always called it the Broad, but I got corrected last time. It's the Broad. It's spelled broad, bitch. So I was in the Broad, and actually, I hate most art museums, but the Broad actually has a decent amount of cool stuff to outweigh like the douchey stuff they have. But there was literally a section where this guy just glued trash to a canvas. There was like an empty paper towel roll, a piece of toilet paper, a toothbrush, and then like one stripe of green paint. And there was people standing around it talking about it. This is insanity. This is something that a tweaker does after eating vegan food. No, this is something that a tweaker does. Like, I would rather watch a tweaker take apart of a fucking VCR or a DVD player and put it back together. Like, some of the shit that goes into these museums is just wild, and it's almost, I feel like a museum curator just goes, I wonder if we can get people to think that this is good. I wonder if we can, because there was genuinely a canvas that was just painted one shade of blue. Like, it was like perfectly coated, so you couldn't even see like brush strokes. So I don't even, like, he probably just like spray, I don't know, but it was just painted blue. That was it. And it was a very large canvas, but it was just blue. And I just don't understand, and I hate people that pretend like they do understand. And I hate people even more when they start talking about like what those shitty bullshit pieces of shit art make them feel. Like, how do you get emotion from a toilet paper roll or a paper towel roll glued to a canvas? Like, oh my god, this artist, I can just feel his inner demons. His inner demons struggling. He's struggling to speak to us. What are you trying to say? No, dude. This guy got high and didn't know what else to do. I mean, and if I'm wrong, then I hate the fucking artist too, because I feel like most of these guys are just out to fuck with us. When I go to especially a modern art museum, I just feel like most of them are trying to fuck with us. So this guy had like a Jackson Pollock type painting where it was all just splattered and shit. And the thing is not only was there just a splattered painting, but part of his exhibit was that there was like half-used tubes of paint laying in front of his painting. Like, oh, it just got finished. Just threw this out there. Check it out, bros. But this sweet young couple thought, oh, this is the interactive part. There's paint here. This looks like a fucking 5-year-old just got on top of this. So we're going to go too. And they ruined this guy's piece of art, or a South Korean couple. And they ruined what and this is the thing too. It's like they ruined a $440,000 painting. No. They ruined what he's trying to sell for $440,000. The painting itself, if you look at it at cost, was probably like $35. No. Canvases are a little bit more expensive. Let's say the painting with paint and canvas all together probably maxed out at $200. So they didn't ruin a $440,000 painting. They ruined what he's trying to get $440,000 for. It's just, fuck, man. I really hate people sometimes. Most of the time. Okay. So, I'm going to end this with a game. The other day, I was on the internet, and this popped up, and it was a Buzzfeed test, and it says, how gay are you? So we're going to take it. Okay. And I'm just going to read it out loud, and I'm going to let you know what I pick. All right. Choose a color. Red, blue, pink, yellow, lilac, or green. I don't understand why they had to throw lilac. Oh, couldn't they just say purple? Like, does it just have to sound gayer? I'm going to pick red because out of those colors, it's my favorite. All right. Pick a Beyonce. Flawless Beyonce. Single Ladies Beyonce. Run the World Beyonce. Drunk in Love Beyonce. Crazy in Love Beyonce. Or TBH, Not Too Into Beyonce. Well, you know what? Drunk in Love was my jam when that song came out, so I'm going to pick Drunk in Love Beyonce. Do you enjoy consensual sexual experiences or feel a sexual attraction to members of the same sex as yourself? Answers are yes all the time. Quite a bit, yeah. What? Now and then, hardly ever, and never. See, they shouldn't have mixed those two things. Like, do you enjoy consensual sex or feel a sexual attraction to? Because I can say, like, with confidence that some dudes are hot. Like, yeah, dude, that dude's fucking hot. But to have it in the same sentence as, do you like to fuck that dude that you saw was hot? I'm just going to say, what? What city would you most like to live in? New York, London, Paris, San Francisco, Tokyo, or Moscow? Now, I don't know who in their right mind is picking Moscow out of those, but you know what? I've always wanted to go to Paris, but I know I like New York, so I'm going to pick New York. What's your drink of choice? Beer, gin and tonic, white wine, cocktails, stout, or whiskey? Out of those, I'm going to go cocktails. Fancy myself a good cocktail maker, and I like to drink them. Okay, just to clarify, do you like having sex with people of the same sex? Okay, see, this is a little bit, and I can just write, the first answer is no, really, no. And I'm going to put that one, because I mean, I don't know if I don't like it, but I've never done it, so it just doesn't sound too appealing to me. What's your ideal Saturday night? Clubbing until 5 a.m.? Oh, girl, you know me. Dinner and theater, quiet drinks with friends. Why do they got to be quiet? Doing something new, house party, or night in with Netflix. Now, I'm torn on this one because I do enjoy me a night in with Netflix. And you know, not only like HBO Max has been my thing lately, but I do enjoy me a night in just watching TV because most days, especially on a Saturday night, I just worked a 14-hour day. So, but also lately, been really into doing something new, like trying new restaurants or just going out and finding shit. So, you know what? I'm going to doing something new. Dude, new Chad's crazy, dude. All right. Okay. Hold on one second. It's too early for this shit, guys. Okay. Oh, and this is part of it. Oh, hang on. Have you ever felt sexually attracted to someone of the same sex? And I'm going to say, yeah, I have. Because, like I said, there's hot dudes out there. Which U.S. president do you most identify with? What? Barack Obama, William Howard Taft, Ronald Reagan, Abe Lincoln, James Buchanan, and JFK. I mean, I worked for Obama. I worked on the campaign in 2007. But you know, then he just became a drone striking asshole just like everybody else. So Reagan's a prick. I mean, you know, I guess Lincoln's cool. I'm gonna go JFK because, you know, he was kind of a slut. I'm into it. What's your favorite root vegetable? What? Okay. A carrot, a Jerusalem artichoke. I don't even know what that is. A potato, a sweet potato, ginger, or beet. I mean, can you not tell by the body type that it's going to be potato? Because it's going to be potato. If you could pick an ideal partner for a romantic date, what qualities would they have? They'd have to be the same sex as me, preferably the same sex, but mostly, you know, hot. Don't care about their sex, care about wine. Ideally the opposite sex, but it's no biggie. They must be the opposite sex, you hear me? Dates are boring. I haven't been on a date in 10 years. I'm married. I mean, I'm gonna go dates are boring because really, like, dates are such a competition to get somebody to like you where you don't even act like yourself most of the time. Like, I would never walk into a date and be like, hi, I'm Chad. I'm severely overweight. Penis is mid-size. I make enough to live. No, you go in there and be like, oh, yeah, like, I love to travel. Oh, what? You haven't seen that new foreign film? No, just dates are boring. They're bullshit. Pick a weather phenomenon. Flooding. Little fluffy clouds. Sunshine. Tornadoes. Ball lightning. Or big pretty rainbows. Now, see, I know what they're trying to lead me into here, and I'm going to bite. I'm picking big pretty rainbows. Which sex is sexiest? Same sex as me, duh. Mostly the same sex, but hey, all sexes are sexy. Opposite sex wins. Opposite. Or stop being a sexiness fascist. I mean, that one sounds like the most fun, but I'm just going to pick opposite because, yeah, I mean, to me, women are, if you're asking me, women are sexier than men. Pick an arbitrary, see, now this is just getting ridiculous. Pick an arbitrary box, and it's just 6 white boxes, and it says box A, box B, box 3, box 4, this box, and screw your boxes. I'm going to pick this box because I feel like they expect me to pick screw your boxes. I'm not falling for your shit. Jesus Christ, how long is this? I didn't even look at this before I started. A plane leaves for New York around 4:15 p.m. local time. Bound for London, traveling at 500 miles per hour. Another plane leaves at London at 9:30 local time, heading in the opposite direction, traveling at 550 miles per hour. If they maintain constant airspeed, do you ever have sex with someone of the same sex? God damn it, they got me with that one. No, I don't. And so this quiz Awkward wavy hand gesture. Yes, back away slowly. No, storms out of... I'm going to say no, storms out of room, I guess. And even though I really don't... Okay, so hey, I got my answer. And it's not gay, but kind of faggy. No, it just says not gay. Not gay. You are not gay. You really enjoy having sexual experiences with members of the opposite sex. You are attracted both physically and emotionally to the people of the opposite sex, and they are not very and are not very keen on sexual relationships with the members of the same sex at all. Heterosexuality is fun. Well, guys, I think we're gonna call it right there. It's been a good one. Found out that I'm not gay, and also got to talk a little shit. So thanks again for tuning in. Please rate, review, subscribe. Go to iTunes. Go to iTunes right now while you're watching this on YouTube. Go to iTunes right now and fucking write a review. Fucking rate the podcast. Subscribe to the podcast. Make my podcast more visible to the masses. And then do the same shit on YouTube. Like, just click the little fucking button that says subscribe. Like, literally, I have like 70 subscriptions on here to shit that I only watch half of. It's just nice to be nice to people and subscribe to their shit. So fucking do it. Thank you. Love you. Bye.